that they think will happen by the year 2030. And by predictions, I mean they're going to pay a bunch of billionaires like George Soros to mind wash the dumb youth into thinking this way so that these predictions can come true. Now, I'm going to play some of them and then I'll read the rest of them to you because, yeah.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there onto the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Then in order for do this, what we always say through the Spirit, in order for them to do this, while she's about the things that she's about to say, the people's mind has to be warped. The people got to be dumbed down to a point where they can't see the most obvious, the obvious things that's surrounding them, right? Because the majority of everybody's indoctrinated to try to remain in a world that doesn't see them, a world that only uses them for monetary gain and enslavement, to give them false hope. So the false hope future is the only thing that this world could give. And people fail to understand there is no future. Period. And we'll let her say her thing.
8 predictions for the world. You own nothing and you'll be happy. And if you're
all right, even with that, that's the number one thing. How can you own nothing and be happy? That's impossible. All right. Hey, the scripture says, the scripture says you come into this world, you leave in this world. You came in this world with nothing, you will leave in this world with nothing. But in this world, you do own things. All right. And even in the sense of your own body, you're supposed to own your children. But this society doesn't push that. All right.
Oh, we'll put you in re-education camps and then like fill you with a bunch of SSRIs and antidepressants. And if you still don't like it, don't worry, they'll find a use for you. The U.S. will.
That remind me of a movie. I think it was Logan's Run, and they gave these people a particular drug and have them in this euphoric stage of like a careless, childish mindset. And in this mindset, anything that was going on, and then in that movie, they showed you people own nothing. They really didn't own nothing, and wasn't they act like they was happy because it was on this particular drug. I think it's Soma, something like that. The name of the drug. So one of the main things was if you get, let's say, if you're a man, you get with a woman, instead of her being your woman forever, you just have it for your turn, and she could go with the next person. Sounds familiar? This is exactly how things are right now. So yeah, even in this sensibility, you own nothing, and you're gonna be happy about it. People, because what people are being told that you have to share everything, and people that's on top are not sharing anything. So it's a messed up mindset that they have. Everybody had a possession. The Lord, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy 32 and 32 and 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance. What is an inheritance? It's possession. So the nations every nation had a possession. Within the nation, people had their possession. All right. When he separated the sons of Adam, which all nations under the heavens are under Adam, right? He set bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So everybody had bounds. Okay, which meaning they had their own land. What was that scripture? Is it Proverbs? Proverbs 19 and 22, I believe. No, it was in the 19th chapter. Slakia. Proverbs 19, and that's a good one too. Gotta do that for next one. Okay, I'm looking for. It says is it pounds? Oh, landmark, Slakia. There's one in Deuteronomy 19 and 14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark. That's a possession, which they have old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy power giveth thee to possess it. So possession is in the land. The possession is part of its biblical order. All right. It says, here's another one. Deuteronomy 27 and 17. Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say, Amen. So here it is. The Most High, the creator of all things, encourages possession, encourages borders, landmarks, encourages everybody to have their own. Okay? And it says, Proverbs 22 and 28. Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. And who's known for removing those ancient landmarks? Esau. Okay? Esau is known from doing that, for doing that. This is why scripture says, St. John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And so in order to do these things, you have to take away something that people have. The scripture says about to covet somebody's stuff. He's well known for coveting people's possession. So now he's telling people, oh, you're going to have nothing because he wants to take your possession. Okay? And tell you, no, you're not supposed to have nothing. We're supposed to have a joint possession, which is completely off. Matter of fact, hold on. Genesis 11 and 1. It says, and the whole earth was of one language and one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelled there. And they said one to another, go and let us make brick and burn them through. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go and let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, which we all know this is talking about the Tower of Babel. All right. Babel, because Babel means confusion. This is when the great confusion took place. But why would the Lord, if the way they say it the way it was, is just a rendition of the same order? Why is it the same order that everybody's that they spewing out now as is something new? Why the Lord did this? Why the Lord separated everybody? Because this is not about togetherness. It's not everybody supposed to have something. All right. It says, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down, seeing the city and the tower which the children of man built. And the Lord said, behold, is one they have all one language, and this they had begun to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined. Go and let us go down. So go to and let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech, which the term Babel, which is going to say, he said, So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence, from the face of the whole earth, and they left off to build the city. So that it was incomplete. This is why you have in the back of the dollar bill of a pyramid without I forgot the hell they call that shit, the top of the stone. All right. So then now they're trying to say that it's going to be accomplished. And the only way to accomplish this, people have to be unaware that they're participating into them losing their rights. It says, therefore, the name of it is called Babel, because the Lord did there confounded the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of the earth. So the Lord never intended people to live in harmony as one. As one, this great experiment that we are in is about to be over. I'm gonna let it play a little bit more.
Superpower. That's because they want China. Just like Justin Trudeau said, their simplistic communist style is all that he ever wanted, and that's what he's getting in Canada and a bunch of other Western countries. You won't die waiting for an organ donor. Why? Because according to them, they'll just print organs. That's also a lie. You're going to be the organ donations through things like MAID, like medically assisted induced dying. Yeah, a bunch of countries have them. And now you can get it just because, you're sad one day. So where do you think those organs go? To the rich. But hey, whatever.
Because why? The poor is the prey of the rich. That's the exact reason why she's saying the way it is. They're telling you this one thing, yet they're using you up. And might I add, they're not trying to keep everybody in this world. The more people they delete, the more better it is for them. Their goal is to wipe out or deplete, that's a good word, around 95% of the people of the world, so they can only have 500 million. So everybody, we speak about the chip, MOTB. Not everybody is not going to be qualifying for this MOTB. All right. More.
And you'll eat much less meat. Why? Well, because an occasional treat, not a staple, for the good of the environment and our health. On their website, they specifically say that they want to limit people to 3 items of clothing a year because of the environment. But they get to fly to Geneva, Switzerland, and Brazil on their private jets and eat filet mignon and all those other things, while us plebs suffer. 1 billion people will be displaced by climate change. We'll have to do a better job at welcoming and integrating refugees, aka George.
In other words, ripping down the borders. But the Lord have attended, this man is completely destroyed. Every nation had their own land. All right. Every nation had their own land. So this man is deliberately going around tearing that border, which I read that the Lord established.
Soros is paying a bunch of people to flood Europe and North America that are completely incompatible with Western societies, to absolutely ruining from the inside out. And if you say anything, you're a racist. So you have to be better at bending over and allowing everyone to just come in and do whatever they want. Polluters.
And that's also prophecy, because, matter of fact, that's the staple for that one. Habakkuk. Actually, it's literally the staple for that, because it shows you that although it was designed, it was the Spirit of the Lord that put everybody here together. All right. Matter of fact, when you go to Revelation, let me get this real quick. 17 and to the point, and 15, it says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. So the whore is America. The people that it sitteth is the multitude of the people that's around the world, because America, some odd reason, which is not odd, Habakkuk 2 and 4, right? No, 5. This is the place of the great gathering. It says Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, which is his philosophies. He's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So this whole time, which we all know, CIA tears people's societies apart to overthrow governments. All right. A lot of these governments are infiltrated, working for the elites of the world. And it says, who enlargeth his desire as hell. So tearing down people's borders is a form of desiring people's land. Prime example, the new example is Jamaica. The Jamaican prime minister made a deal many years ago, and being one of the only allies of the Caribbean island to make a deal with Israel in the New World Order. And that Jamaica is also part of the what you call it, 2013 agenda. So now because why? They see raw material that they need, and this raw material, that's what they desire. They plan to take. So this man's consistently stealing people's land, stealing people's resources, and nobody in that land is gonna be benefiting from it. All right, maybe the higher ups. That's about it. Also, another example is Maui. Was it last year? Damn, it's been that long. Maybe it's quicker than that. They had this random wildfire, and the only places that didn't get burned was a particular blue color. And after that, certain people of high esteem were getting lands. All right, new lands. So this man consistently is on a land grab. All right, and it says it cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. This is why America is a melting pot. This is why America is the way it is. Because the simple fact is, he took everybody's property. So this is not no a new thing, you know, to take people's property. This is something that's been constantly happening. All right. Said, shall not all these take up this parable against him, and a taunted proverb against him, say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Thick clay is that batyat in the Hebrew, which means debt. All right. So let me get to this.
This is so that we can bring in green energy that doesn't work, so that we can ration our energy use, and so that we can live like it's the 1800s, because we're plebs. You could be preparing to go to Mars. You know, alien life, that's to prepare you for Project Bluebeam, so that they can enact the one world government and the new religion that they want. And number 8, Western values will have been tested to the breaking point. That's exactly what's happening right now. But don't worry, checks and balances that underpin our democracies must not be forgotten. Don't worry, democracies will be completely forgotten and you won't even know what it means. You'll have a digital ID and you'll be in a digital prison, and you have to say and think exactly what they want you to say. Yay!
It is a bleak future. That's why this plan of Esau will not get nowhere. It's going to get nowhere quick. All right. Because this is not the Lord's plan. The Lord never intended this for his people. All right. Matter of fact, let me go to this real quick. Daniel 2, like 46 or something, or 44. Daniel 2 and 44. In those days, sorry, in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up the kingdom which shall never be destroyed, which is the kingdom of heaven. All right. And the kingdom shall not be left to another people. The way this world is designed, matter of fact, let me get into that real quick. The way this world is designed, the way things operate, it's too many chiefs and not that many slaves. Stop playing. Second Ezra 8 and 11 and 1. It says, and he answered me saying, the Most High made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So the many is here. This is why everybody is constantly is a constant thing. Who's jockeying for power? Who's seeking for power? Each nation tearing each other's borders down. No respect of each other's land. Not respecting their neighbors because they all have agreed to it. But the kingdom says, I will tell thee a multitude, Ezra. No, matter of fact, let me just stop right there. But the world to come is for the nation of Israel. All right? And the nation of Israel is going to allow people to have their own land. Isaiah 14. But you're just going to have to pay tributary to us. It's not the way how this man does it. This is why people are miserable. And it says, verse 45, for as much thou hast sawest the stone which is cut out of the mountain without hands, and they break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold, and the great power had made it known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain. Interpretation is thereof shall. Oh, actually, I was supposed to go up, but when he was speaking of the, let me see if I can go. Just want to prove a point right here. 37. Thou, O King, art the King of kings. For the Most High of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell the beasts of the field, the fowls of heaven have he given it into thy hand, and made the ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. So Nebuchadnezzar was the head of this heathenistical kingdom connection. When they break it down, is the Babylonians, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans, and we're an extension of that Roman kingdom. Okay, and everything that's passed from the Babylonians on down is still simmers to this society because it's part of that statue. Is one thing. It's part of all that statue. So, but the Lord is going to destroy all of it, all in one. All right. There's not going to be a remembrance of these heathenistical society. That is going to be no more. Okay. So this new world order is nothing new about it. It's been in the works since the beginning of time, since the first Babylon, and Esau is the last of it. And the Lord Yahweh is coming to destroy this place and set up his kingdom that's going to last forever. Like it says in Daniel 7:12. Let me jump this one down. No, 14. And it was given him dominion and glory, a kingdom that all people, nations, languages shall serve him, which is Yahweh. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, his kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed. So with that being said, Shalom to the elect in the nation of Israel. Shalom.